And we're now live.
Oh, I need this.
All right.
Oh. Cool.
Everything going good on Reddit?
Yeah. I got a message. Hello, I saw your post about blank, the owner of the company. That's my ex. I would be very careful dealing with him.
Oh my
I
God.
currently have an injunction in place, a no contact order as well, and there's a felony case in motion. He is wearing a GPS monitor. His behavior is erratic and unpredictable. The best option would be to have police involved when dealing with him. Here are his Reddit usernames.
Oh my God.
Holy crap, dude.
Maybe I'll go delete that post.
Take down all that info first, you know.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, I got her in my inbox now, but yeah, maybe I'll go delete that Tallahassee post.
Oh, that's where, yeah. That explains. I thought it was the.
Yeah, she didn't find it on I Am a Total Piece of Shit.
Did they inbox it? Oh, they did. Yeah, they didn't leave it on as a comment, I assume. Woo.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, are you guys ready for
ready
a
to start?
That deleted it from. It deleted it from I Am a Total Piece of Shit, not just from the Tallahassee one.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Oh well.
I bet it was. Yep. Well, that's something.
All right. You guys ready?
All right, and I didn't mean to get all that right before the show started. So,
yes.
Yeah, should we begin?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. God. 5.
I'm sorry.
4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to Game That Tune.
Yeah, what is going on, everybody? It's Game That Tune, and we're back in the house once again. It's your boy, John Harrington, here. We've got John Regan with us. Say hey.
Hey.
We got David Fleming. Say hey.
Hey.
And we've got Jesse Moore. Say hey.
Hey.
Hell yeah, guys. Welcome back. Game That Tune is in the house for episode 280. And man, oh man, we've got a fantastic show coming for you guys tonight. I think we got a great show. What we're going to do is listen to some video game tunes. We've each brought 3 songs from a game. We're going to try and guess each other's games based on the songs, a little bit of trivia. We're going to goof off and have a lot of fun. And the winner at the end of the night picks the theme for the next episode and plays some bonus tunes. And our winner last week was the fantastic Jesse Moore. And Jesse chose a fantastic theme for this week's episode. I'm stamping that in advance. Jesse, picking games for this, it's a fantastic theme. So tell everybody what it is.
It's a anthropomorphic games, basically games featuring characters that are not human things, doing human things.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes,
like you could have like a toaster that talks, or like a car that dances, or a bear that like uses a machine gun, or just things that you wouldn't see these things or animals acting like a human in real life. But
right.
In this game, they are.
Yeah,
okay. I was going to say, I do want to clarify, like, is it things that humans normally do or are capable of doing? Like, if it's Star Fox, they pilot spaceships. Humans don't usually pilot spaceships.
But they also talk.
True. Okay.
And run around on 2 legs and wear pants.
Yeah, they have robot legs, by the way.
Right.
So
I'm just making sure that I'm not going to get game over. That's all.
Yeah.
No.
Wait, do most people run around on 2 legs? I never do that.
Johnny, I really don't want to peer any further into your bizarre personal life.
How many legs do you have?
That's why we call you Johnny Cheetah Regan.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny 5 legs.
Yeah, but I love this theme, man, because it's not just like the potential is limitless. It's not even just like animals acting like humans. It could be like I was looking up anthropomorphic things, and like there's a lot of weird like Japanese stuff. Like there's games, I didn't pick it, but are you aware of this game that like your anime girls who are like manifestations of like Sega consoles?
I've played one of those. They're weird.
Yeah.
Well, I know
they're
there's
very-
like
Extra Dimension Neptunia or something.
right.
there's like a scrolling shooter where you play as cute anime girl World War II airplanes.
Dope.
There's
before then.
a Switch game called, I think it's called Panty Fighter, and you're like, oh, I know where this is going.
Yeah, you're
But
playing as
actually,
panties.
You play as the pair of panties, and you like
Right.
walk around as panties, and like you shoot and fight things as panties. I think you
Yeah.
fight other pairs of panties.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, there's a lot of potential out there. A lot of weird shit has been unearthed in getting ready for this theme. So it's going to be a good one, man. We've got 5 fantastic games. We got a great fan request, and Johnny, I think we just got to jump right into it. So
we've got a voicemail.
oh, you're right. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. We got a fantastic voicemail on our GTT voicemail hotline.
Wow, I love voicemails.
Yeah, we love it when you guys call us and interrupt the show.
No.
Hello and greetings from the video game Metal High Priest. I was told to call in today by my cat, which is highly unusual because usually my cat doesn't talk to me. I'm assuming it has something to do with the fact that this week's theme is anthropomorphic games. Anyways, my cat told me to wish the best of luck to Johnny tonight in his win. Hope you all have a great podcast.
Well,
Well, all right,
That was-
then, I'll take it.
Thanks,
it was less
caller.
intrusive than I thought. Yeah, thank you.
That's our
but yeah.
nicest voicemail yet.
Yeah, usually they really fuck with us or like hype themselves up a lot more. It seems
Remember-
like masturbatory for them, but that was good. That was nice.
Remember when
Um,
Alex would call up and be Family Guy characters?
I do remember that. We didn't play a lot of those on the show, but yeah, that happened. But yeah, so Johnny, do as the animals do in this theme. Hop up on your hinders, put on your big boy pants, and let's start game 1.
Game 1.
All right, this game is in a series of 19 games. And this particular one is the first one to appear on Xbox consoles. This time, this Xbox One and the Series S and Windows PC, but it's the first time. All the other games have been on other systems and stuff, but this is the first time in 19 games that it's been on these Microsoft products. All right, guys.
Oh, that keeps going apparently.
That's fun.
I'm feeling very confident in my answer.
Oh, I'm
I
happy.
am absolutely not.
Let's see. Johnny has said Outrun 2006. That's incorrect. David says Final Fantasy Xbox, now on Game Pass. That's incorrect. And John says Super Monkey Ball
Something.
That is also incorrect. This is Taiko no Tatsujin, the Drum Master. Yeah, this is one of those Taiko drum games that are really fun.
There have been 19 of these?
Yeah.
Like, I say that surprised because I know there have been several, but I thought there were maybe 8. Like, 19's a lot.
Yeah. And playing it, I've always wanted to play it at like MagFest because they always have a machine there, or like 3, but they're always like a line every time. And like every time we were walking by the music game section, I always saw people playing it. I was like, I don't want to wait for that, you know.
It's I don't want to wait, and also I wasn't too self-conscious, but at the same time, like I don't want to just like walk up to a rhythm game and fail at it in front of like a bunch of MagFest
Ah,
nerds.
No,
Like,
man, that's the best.
no, it's not. I don't
Do you
want to
think-
fucking like
like a
I
bunch
can
of-
feel those nerds judging me, baby.
They're all gonna like stand around you and be like, "Oh, look at this guy!" Hey,
Like if
dude."
some other guy's playing Taiko Drum Master, and then I'm like, "Hey man, let me can I get in there for a second?" And he's like, "All right," and he steps aside and like just stands there and fucking watches me like shittily play it for the first time. It's one of my big MagFest like public fears.
That's the best, man.
I've
I
played
love
rhythm
doing shit like
games
that.
by myself at home and seen my performance. I never want to play a rhythm game in public.
Right. Like I'll play a little DDR every now and then, but like I'm not trying to
Not
fucking like I don't know, do it in front of a fucking audience.
You're
I
not gonna
also
play
like
violin while you do it.
Brother,
I also
let me
like
tell
how
you.
the one person out of us who played in a band is the one saying, "Yeah, I'll play a rhythm game in public."
Right. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like it's there's so few opportunities where you get to be shitty at something in front of a lot of people. Usually, to be shitty at something
that
from-
is every day of my life. I
Yeah,
have
Johnny,
many
we're on
opportunities.
episode 280 of this show. It's been live every week for 6 years.
every week at 9 p.m.
Every single week.
Every week at 9 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. But yeah, no, like I don't want to fuck up in front of a bunch of people, and I'm not saying I want to practice it and get good in front of a bunch of people. Like Taiko Drum Master is the kind of thing I want to play at my local arcade when no one's paying any attention to me.
No, as soon as you
So-
play it, the music in the arcade stops. The owner like turns the open sign to closed, and everyone who's
We got a
already in
drum
there,
master over
all
here.
like, all
Sirens
the
start
hail
going
the
off.
drum master. And then when you fail, they look at you like, "We closed the store for you."
You made us lock down the bank over that.
You're like, I didn't ask for any of that. I just
Yeah.
put some quarters in.
So anyway, yeah. So this is, I guess, now on what, Game Pass?
Yes. And it's
is
really fun.
this, and it's fun despite you, I guess, playing with a controller. There's no
There-
Game Pass drum peripheral.
There is a drum peripheral, and I'm very tempted to get it because it looks fun. But I have been
What
playing.
year
on
is
a
it? Who's
controller.
making drum peripherals?
Wait,
you know,
hold up. There's a
Namco?
drum peripheral and it's not for Switch?
They have.
You just
they
blew
have
my
a,
mind.
There's a new Taiko game for Switch as well, and it has a drum peripheral as well. So
Okay,
Well,
good. If there
and
was a
that has,
ridiculous
I
drum
think, some
controller
Nintendo
and it
music.
wasn't for Nintendo, I would be surprised.
yeah,
Yeah. So, before we even say anything of substance about the game, why was Magical Sound Shower in this game? Why was there outrun music?
Oh well, the second song I played was from Tekken 7, and the first song I played was from Klonoa, and I was
So
really
those are
hoping
Namco
David,
games.
Yeah, I was really hoping David and John were really gonna like perk their ears up when they heard those songs, but
Johnny loves
Alas.
Tekken 7.
Oh yeah.
I do like
Yeah.
that you picked something for each of us.
I did.
And
And Outrun was for Johnny.
going back to it,
Huge mistake.
That first song did sound very Klonoa-y. Like it was super happy and boppy.
But since it's a
Again,
Namco game,
Why
there's
Sega?
some like Namco songs in there. Let's see. There's some Undertale songs on there. There's Soul Calibur. There's like this weird version of Last Christmas. It's not the
Ooh.
Wham version, so you could play it anytime and not get whammed. So
I'm sorry.
Man.
Can we
I
go
know
back
you
to
hate
the
that,
Soul
John.
Calibur section? Because I want to play that fucking orchestral intense music on a plastic drum controller.
yeah,
That
Yeah.
sounds amazing.
I mean, that's been a crossover that's been waiting to happen for years. Taiko Drum Master with characters from Soul Calibur. It's right there. Taki Drum Master. And
I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair,
drum
Soul,
on those pointy boobs.
Soul Calibur 2, Voldo did have tambourines as a weapon. So
Oh, man. Yeah. God,
It-
no.
It also has some anime music too. Like it has like Head Chala from Dragon Ball Z. It has one of the Naruto songs. I think it has the Evangelion song. A bunch of cool stuff. Classical music. It's got a lot of fun music in the game.
That's dope. Again,
Now-
though, so far the Outrun thing seems to be the Sega outlier in it. Is there like Sonic music or anything in it? I mean, like, How much Sega stuff did they fork over there?
Let me see if I can get the sound, the song list.
I'm not misremembering that. Outrun's still a Sega thing, right?
I believe so.
Oh,
Yeah,
it definitely
okay, good.
is.
Yeah, good. Yeah, just making sure. Because I'm also thinking like, man, if they wanted to just make a Taiko Drum Master game featuring like bopping ass 90s Sega music, that'd be the shit. Like, the whole Sonic CD soundtrack played in Taiko Drum Master sounds fucking delightful.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let's see. As far as game music, there's something from Scarlet Nexus, Tales of Arise, 2 songs from Undertale, Katamari on the Rock main menu,
Namco.
Theme of Ryu,
Capcom.
yeah,
Ooh.
Ace Combat 7, Undying Legend from Soul Calibur.
Unless it's Ryu Hayabusa and it's from.
No, it's from Street Fighter 5.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely Capcom.
Let's see, Tekken 7, Doom Noise from Galaga Legions.
Sweet.
A song from Ridge Racer Type 4.
Okay.
A
lot of Namco.
Well, it's a Namco game, so
I know. That's why I'm saying. Yeah. I want to know if there's any more Sega songs in it than just Magical Sound Shower. I'm curious.
It looks like that's the only Sega thing, I guess.
In fairness, it's a great inclusion. That's a fucking classic bop.
Mm-hmm.
But it just has me hankering for more Sega music, man. I didn't grow up a Sega guy, but my VGM education has led me to realize Sega had some fucking bops, man. Like I want to bop them into a drum game.
That song would be the Outrun Liar.
I'm not hitting the sound for that. That was just awful.
No, you should hit the fucking game over sound for that.
Hey, but what's cool?
Game over.
That's the whole thing.
Wow. You didn't even play your music yet. There's a song from Spirited Away.
Whoa.
Always
dope.
With Me.
Okay.
There's a song from Castle in the Sky.
So they got into the Ghibli catalog. Oh my god, do they have oh man, do they have music from My Neighbor Totoro?
I'm not seeing that.
Because man, that would Totoro Drum Master. That's a fucking game I can play with my son.
Oh my god,
He just
imagine
drums on his belly.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
But there's supposed to be
drum on a
DLC
sleeping
and stuff,
Totoro.
so they could add it.
Hell yeah, I bet they will.
But anyway,
I just imagine
you have,
walking in like, where'd you get this cat drum controller? Oh no, that's just my cat.
Yeah. I hooked him up to the system. He works though. It's great.
Turns out cats have USB ports.
Yeah. It's his butt.
It's been for diagnostics, but yeah.
Yeah.
the anthropomorphic thing in this is the little drum person who has like arms and legs and a face, and he cheers you on while you play drums. Which, if you think about it, if he's a real drum person and like you're meant to hit him in the face a lot with the sticks, and like I guess does he like that? He wants to be hit in the face a lot.
Hey, this is Game That Tune. We're not here to kink shame.
No, I'm not shaming.
And I'm certainly not kink shaming the cute little drum creature.
Yeah,
no way.
There's a red one and a blue one.
They look so happy.
Very.
They must love just taking shots to the face. See, but so I mean, they're anthropomorphic in the sense that they have faces. Because I mean, is that all it takes to anthropomorphize a drum?
They dance around. They like you could dress them up like there's like an astronaut outfit. So I assume they can go into space, and that's it's not like a drum couldn't just go to space by itself.
Yeah,
that would be very alarming.
Well, I mean, the fact that a drum requires an astronaut suit implies that the drum needs oxygen in space. So the drum has lungs.
Exactly. That's anthropomorphic, baby. I do love those little drum guys. They have them in Tekken 7 as the most annoying costume items possible. You can unlock like fucking annoying little custom things. And one of them is literally just the little taiko drum guy like hovering over your character's shoulder. Oh. And it's like, this is just here to distract people. Like, I'm trying to play this fighting game and like win. And there's a little drum guy like freaking out next to him. And if you get KO'd, he like fucking taunts you a little bit. It's like, all right, little taiko drum master. If I could press the button to hit you, you'd like it. You would like that, wouldn't you? Yeah. Cute little drumming bastards. They're great.
I do want to ask Jesse, is this a challenging rhythm game? Like, is it possible
Yes.
to play and enjoy this game if you don't have a sense of rhythm?
Oh,
Asking for a friend, right, David?
I am asking for a friend.
so
That friend is me.
I generally play on somewhere between easy and normal, and there's just enough challenge to where I get just a little bit of sweat on my brow, but I finished the song and I've had a really good time. If I play anything past normal, I'm very much rolling the dice on my enjoyment, because at that point, some songs, like you try to play Megalovania on like medium,
God.
fuck that. Just, you
Again,
I always
guys.
love discovering that in like DDR. It's like, okay, I think I could handle that one on, I can go off light mode. I can get up to like standard mode. And it's like, well, maybe I can push it a little bit. Maybe I can go to the next level. And it's like, no, I can't move my
yeah.
feet like that.
Oh, the hubris.
Yeah.
You guys,
I
don't-
was-
man, we have such different attitudes because there's nothing more fun to me than going to play an arcade rhythm game and just pick like the hardest difficulty and just suck ass in front of everybody and
Well,
then
yeah,
leave.
okay, so we get it, Johnny. You're shameless. I was like talking about just back in the day, like when everybody was convinced that you could play DDR for fitness in your fucking living room. It's like, all right, yeah, let me give that one a shot. Burn a few extra calories. Oh, look, I'm just tripping over my fucking mats that I bought on eBay and falling over. This is not good for a workout. Like,
I mean, that was
this is a
me
bad
playing
call.
Guitar Hero when I got to, I think it was hard difficulty. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You want me to use all 5 buttons?
Yeah,
I only have 4 fingers. What do you expect me to do here?
Yeah. No, thank you. But I don't know. I feel like not to go fully into the mechanics of Taiko Drum Master, but how many like buttons are there? Is it just like 2?
Yes.
Okay, so in that sense, it's like a little simpler than some of those other things. So it's more at that point speed and
Yeah,
whatnot.
it's speed and rhythm, timing.
Yes. Yep, tempo. I know words that relate to music.
Yeah.
Yes.
That bass.
I don't know. Sounds pretty accessible to me, man.
Yeah, it's fun.
I'm gonna have to look into this drum peripheral because
It's
I
neat
don't want to
looking.
play that on a controller. I want to drum it. I want to
Yeah.
slap it. I want to bop those drums.
Oh, maybe you could wire up a Bop It as a controller.
No.
Now, Johnny, you don't usually have good ideas.
Game
But-
2.
That is a continuation of that. That's not a very good idea. Bop It famously has 3 functions, John. Like if you have to drum a Bop It, but then also pull it for certain notes. No, it's all wrong.
Well, I do that anyways.
I think
The
you would pull
twisted-
it for the final notes.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
I can
man.
come,
Jesse,
Master.
great
There
pick,
it
man.
is.
I can't wait to fucking put this shit in the radio. Like more rhythm games. This is gonna be good. I like it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Game 2.
All right, guys. So this game, it takes place over the course of 4 stages, although the third and fourth stages are actually pretty much just palette swaps of the first 2 stages. And due to its somewhat unusual control scheme, this game has never been ported to anything ever. All right. How are you guys feeling about that?
I think the trivia gave it away.
I bet it did, David. I bet it did. David says Tycho Drum arcade exclusive, and man, he's close. Johnny says Sega Sonic Arcade, which actually is a good guess because yes, it's an arcade game with a bizarre control scheme, but he's sadly incorrect. And Jesse has drawn a penis character with a smiley face and arms. Jesse, does that character have a name?
Richard.
Yes.
Pokey.
Pokey Johnson. No, Jesse is also sadly incorrect. No,
Damn.
This is an insane game that I know none of you have ever heard of. It's the Triple F, the first funky fighter. Guys, this game's fucking insane. Let me just go ahead and say it. You never saw this coming because you've never heard of it. You have no idea what this is.
John, before you start describing this game to us and we begin this segment, I would like to take an opportunity to do something the 3 of us rarely get to do on the show. I would like to directly quote you. John, I feel like I got a pretty good handle on what does and doesn't exist. And I gotta tell you, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, I didn't have any idea what I was talking about until just a couple of days ago, working on pulling up research for this episode. And, it was listed deep in the list of games with, anthropomorphic characters. I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know what that is, but it sounds funky. So, better take a look. And I'll be goddamn, guys. This is... I never saw it coming. This is a Taito arcade game. It is described on TV Tropes. Someone describes it basically as Whack-A-Mole meets Fist of the North Star.
Okay, I'm putting all my quarters in this machine.
I'm listening.
Holy hell.
Yeah. So it's an arcade game where the screen is split up into 9 squares and you have a cabinet with 9 buttons. And things appear in the squares and you hit the corresponding button and you kill whatever is in that square
With your fists.
literally with your fists. So you're playing as this guy Randy, and
Randy.
it may or may not take place in prehistory. I didn't really get a good read on it, but your girlfriend Chris is kidnapped by like flying alligator monsters.
Not again.
And you have to fight through stages of like anthropomorphic alligators and also sharks and get Chris back. And you punch the shit out of these animals, man.
Oh my god, this is awesome.
So, I'm
It's
looking
insane.
at the TV tropes page for this game because that's where you referenced it. And apparently this game has a crocodile girl and a fish lady with large breasts.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you jumped right to my fucking big horny point. Yes. So you're punching things on the screen, and a lot of times it's not like a fighting game or even like it's not even like a light gun shooter game like a Lethal Enforcers where like something comes on screen and attacks you and you have a chance to lose. It's more like you're expected to hit a certain number of things in each stage in order to move on. And so like, these shark creatures come at you and they lunge at you, and these alligators, they come on and they flex their big fucking pecs at you, and you just like punch their whole face off. And then at some point during each stage, there's like a mid boss, which is like a large alligator or a large shark, and then there's a part where instead of the like muscle bound creatures, sexy alligator women come on, and when you punch them, you don't knock their faces off, you rip their clothes off, and their fucking big alligator titties come flopping out. It's crazy, guys.
Like, are we talking? Oh God, this is
big, David. Big.
This is going on the soundboard
with star-shaped pasties over the nipples. They fucking put some thought into these titties.
Oh I was going to ask, do you see alligator nipples?
Oh, I mean, close enough. It's punch a pretty graphic ass pair of breasts, and you punch the fucking alligator loincloth clean off of them, and they just like fall out. It's nuts.
What the fuck is this game?
I know. I'm like, I can't picture any arcade in the world having this inside of it. Like, can you imagine like some misinformed Chuck E. Cheese getting this? Like,
are you sure the control scheme is the issue here? Let's keep.
Oh, it's not. I didn't say it was an issue, baby. It's one of the things that prohibits it from being ported to anything. But also,
you can play it
there's
on
a
3DS.
lot of alligator and fish titties.
Like this would be perfect for a touch screen.
Well,
I can't imagine any arcade in the world having this. I can't imagine any arcade in the Western Hemisphere. I feel like Japan would be okay with this.
Yeah, I see, and I said like maybe it ended up at a Chuck E. Cheese because it's also a ticket game. You get tickets for playing this game.
Oh my God! So
keep winning. Just keep winning.
You get prizes for punching these fish in the tits.
You get rewards for punching sharks and seeing alligator titties.
Oh my God! Why
a game that keeps on giving?
Fuck?
How is skee ball still around when this exists? Like,
right, exactly. Why? Why is? And I mean, to call it the first Funky Fighter is truly audacious because yes, it implies there would be another one. There was never another.
I wish there would be. Bring that back.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, there was clearly there was clearly never a second one because you can't top perfection.
Seriously, I mean, like it's one of the most insane things I've ever found in looking up stuff for the show. Like, it's just, I watched a playthrough video of it. The whole playthrough took 12 minutes. I mean, like, it's insane, man.
Best $5 you ever spent.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's you can win it just by continuing to dump quarters into it and winning more tickets. Like, you can play this whole game and experience it, no problem. Like, and again, it's only got 4 levels. It's got the alligator level, and then the shark level, and then a different colored alligator level and a different colored shark level. And it's fucking great.
Which colored alligators have the best titties?
See, I wasn't really prepared to make a value judgment on the titties. That's the thing. I love them all.
Good answer.
Yeah.
I mean,
love
I'm
all
looking
titties.
Oh God. All those reptilian and fish titties just
nothing better than
screenshots, and the fish and the alligator seem to have similarly sized titties. It's just the fish has them more exposed.
Right. Oh, I mean, but they become exposed, David. Trust me. They come out. You punched the clothes off the titties.
I guess what would be what would put it over in my book is like which titties are more scaly, because nothing's better than a nice scaly pair of titties.
I really want them to feel good when I'm rubbing one way and then really rough the other way.
If my hands will come back
his pleasure.
My hands will come back bloody.
Right.
Or I guess it would be scaled for his pleasure.
But yeah, so this is the craziest fucking game I've ever seen. Like, I love everything about it. I mean, like the graphics are gross and hideous. I mean, you're punching these fucking animals into nothing. Like they're exploding. I mean, when you defeat the shark boss, you literally jam your hands in its mouth and rip it to pieces. Its
looks
guts
crazy.
explode everywhere. It looks awesome. Picture that in a fucking arcade.
know.
You're just like sitting there bopping buttons and then a fucking shark explodes on screen. Like, hell yeah, I'm gonna keep playing this. And then you go and get yourself like a piece of Laffy Taffy with your earnings. Like, it sounds great.
And a plastic spider.
Yeah. It's a fake mustache.
Again, John, I feel
Chinese
like
finger trap.
I need to play your role on the show. What the fuck is this game? Like, why are you doing this?
Right? Yeah. I'm baffled by it, baby. This, and it's Taito. I mean, like, they could have figured out a way to make this like kid friendly. It could have Bubble Bobble characters or something in it, or like Bust a Move theme. But no,
punch Bob and Bob and rip them apart and blood. Yeah,
maybe that's how it started. Maybe secretly, some guys at Taito hated Bub and Bob.
What if we punch those fucks to death?
Yeah. And then they were like, well, I guess we probably shouldn't kill the mascots of the company.
Yeah.
Let's make these into savage monsters that kidnap someone's girlfriend.
There's some real missed
I
opportunities.
think someone found my titty drawings.
There's some real missed opportunities here because I would play the shit out of Taito Titty Master. Like,
for some reason, I was thinking of like punching Dig Dug to death, and that would be really fucked up.
Ripping its skull off.
I love the
Mr.
idea.
Driller.
I love the idea of just like the Taito boardroom. Like, all right, we've done Space Invaders, we've done Bubble Bobble. What else can we come up with? I got an idea. Fish titties.
Yeah. What about a game where you punch tits?
Yeah.
Like,
Is that all you do? No. Also, there's blood and guts everywhere.
I don't know.
From the tits?
I don't know. Punching tits. That sounds really violent. Well, they're not human tits. They're alligator tits.
Yeah,
all right, we're sold.
Yeah, you've done it again.
Have you been reading my diary?
But yeah, so there's also a 2-player head-to-head version of the cabinet, which is really funny. Like, with an 18 button fucking tit popping cabinet.
Can that be a
this
new
feels like the kind of
command
thing I would love
radio
to encounter in MagFest. Like, I want to fucking find this deep in the recesses of like the dark arcade room at MagFest. It's like one of those guys doing it. It's like, oh, you don't want to go over there, man. They're playing the first Funky Fighter. It's like, oh, that I will go fail at in front of a large crowd. That it's just truly baffling, man. It's
God. I just found a new screenshot, and the crocodile lady is winking while holding her tits suggestively.
Yes,
like,
David,
what?
Punch me.
I mean, seriously, you should all just take my advice and go fucking find the playthrough video that I watched of this. Your jaw will just hit the floor as it goes on. Like, it's just, yeah. And I'm only disappointed in this game in the sense that they could only come up with 2 stages. Like, you beat up alligators, you beat up sharks, and then you do it again. Like, I kind of want to see you beat up other monsters, but they were just like, I don't know, we only got alligators and sharks. Like, we gotta get this thing out, baby. We gotta copy paste, make them red instead of green. Done. 4 levels.
Red bows.
Yeah, perfect. And I don't want to get into a discussion of like which creature's titties I would like to see, but I'm just saying, like a Sasquatch level would be Sasquatch level would be really good. Something more in like a dinosaur setting, like a flying level, a pterodactyl, or a giant bird person.
Medieval castle with a fucking dragon lady.
Oh, dragons, yes.
I'm all in for dragon titties.
Yep. I was again not talking about the titties, just talking about the monsters.
I'm all in for dragon monsters.
What about like a panda?
That's the thing. So yeah, I guess more, like the question is mammals, yay or nay?
Because
then the titties make a little more sense, and it's not as fantastical as it is with the reptiles.
Well,
and the
I
fish.
guess the
they can still be fantastic.
I guess, is it a mammal with 2 titties or a mammal with like 6 titties? Like, do they have 6 giant titties?
That's the challenge stage there, John. You got to hit the right buttons for that.
God, could you imagine if there was like a Midwest stage where you had to fight a cow with 8 titties?
Oh my God, please.
Takes up 8 of the 9 squares on the game.
What was it? Marshals of Moo Mesa?
Oh God. But yeah, so this is the weirdest fucking thing I've ever found. I'm really, really glad that I stumbled upon that and
Me
decided
too.
to click that link and find out what the fuck this game was, because it's just opened a whole new world of insane fucking games
Under
that
the
don't
sea.
exist and probably shouldn't have existed. Like, what the fuck were they thinking with this game, man? Yeah, really sad that we're never gonna get the second Funky Fighter.
Man, one
So,
day.
Yeah,
we'll
maybe someday.
start a letter writing campaign.
GTT
You know, I
Patreon.
bet we could buy this, guys. We don't really
Patreon
buy the
gold.
rights to many things, but I
Yeah.
bet you Taito would sell us the Funky Fighter franchise.
God.
You
Tony
know,
Khan just bought Ring of Honor, and now
That's
we
what
buy.
that's got me inspired, man. You know, we're
First
nearly as
fight.
successful as AEW. We got a couple of billion in the Patreon bank. We'll buy the first Funky Fighter series and put out. I mean, we already have dinosaurs with titties.com. So
It's right there.
yeah,
as
we've been preparing for this, fellas.
as the official Game That Tune treasurer, I can say we can do this.
Thank God. Johnny, start drawing up the contracts. Jesse, start drawing up some titties. David,
Wait, David's the drawing person.
but he's already handling the finances. I'm sorry. You've got to draw the titties on this one.
Okay.
All right, good. Guys, check back later. Episode 300. We're coming
Titties.
with a brand new arcade game.
Game 3.
right, so in European releases of this game, the introductory level was changed. The bottle that your character rides is made to look like glass and contains an SOS letter inside, removing the logo on the outside of the bottle. This was changed because this particular company uses a different mascot in Europe. All right, gentlemen, who has... damn it, Johnny, I just checked your comment in the Discord. Who has their answers written?
Sorry.
So, John says a game with no animal titties. He's technically correct. Jesse has a drawing of a penis with titties. Sadly,
Whoa, man.
incorrect.
Step his
John
game up.
Regan has the most correct answer. This is Cool Spot. I do believe I said that John Harrington was technically correct.
Yeah, I played
I don't
the 2-win sound.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the two correct. sounds.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
I don't want to point.
So yeah, this is Cool Spot. Specifically, this is the Super Nintendo version.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I played this on the Sega Genesis back in the day, and I remember thinking at the time, like, it was so cool that 7-Up made a video game. Like,
It's surprisingly not bad. Like, you would think the 7-Up video game would suck, but it's a competent platformer.
Well, it's not 7-Up the game, man. It's Cool Spot.
Well, true. Yes.
Now, how much of the game is about 7-Up?
It depends what version you're playing, because in the American and Japanese versions, you start the game by writing in on a 7-Up bottle, and then after collecting various other cool spots, you end the game by getting back to that 7-Up bottle. But apparently, in Europe, 7-Up is marketed with a just cartoon teenager named Fido Dido. So they had to change all of the bottles to be like glass bottles with SOS letters inside of them.
Oh.
And so Fido Dido is not an anthropomorphic character of some kind? It's just a human?
I mean, he's a cartoony human, but he is just a human.
I'm picturing dog ears with that name.
yeah.
You would think that,
And a
but
nice
it's...
set of titties and a song about, that gets featured in an Eminem song.
I don't need to ask you why.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute. Yeah.
Okay. Fido Dido is activating some things within me. Dido with some dog ears. Woo.
But yeah, as soon as Jesse chose this theme of anthropomorphic games, my immediate reaction was Cool Spot, because this is the most anthropomorphic game I could think of, because you literally play as a humanized dot.
Yeah, circle.
You're a red dot with arms and legs and eyeballs going around shooting soda bubbles at enemies.
Now wait a minute. Eyeballs, or is he wearing a sick ass like Squirtle Squad pair of shades?
He is wearing a sick ass pair of shades, but underneath that shades, he does have little black beady eyes.
Okay.
So they tried to humanize a fucking dot, and that to me, it was like that's the theme of this episode.
Listen, man, they did a great job. I remember being captivated by that mascot back in the day. Yeah. 7-Up, man. It was the Uncola. I don't know what that means. I still don't know what that means.
You know, it's funny that you say that, because the bonus levels, you would collect various letters, and the letters would either spell Virgin, which was the name of the company that produced this game, Virgin Interactive.
It was the description of the guy playing it.
Or it would spell Uncola, because that was the slogan at the time.
I'm glad this game was made by Virgin Interactive.
Yeah, otherwise it'd be real weird.
If the only other time that would make sense is if you're playing like the Hocus Pocus video game, because the fact that the kid's a virgin comes up a lot in that fucking movie.
It does. You're right, John. They hammer that pretty hard. People still hammer that as an insult. I still see that hurled around on the internet. It's very strange.
Yeah.
That's a weird insult.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, especially among like adults.
Yeah, hey, virgin.
Let's just all respect the fact that we're nerds and we've had sex. Can we dispense with the virgin insults? Like, come on, we're nerds arguing in our 30s. Who's calling each other a virgin? Come on,
speak for yourself, virgin.
Some real virgin ass thing to say.
Only a virgin would say that.
Yeah. Hey, I smell a virgin in here.
Yeah.
Oh,
so anyway,
this guy ain't fucking. Let's get him.
So
see, for some reason that version sounds so much more crude. There's a fine line between you're a virgin and you ain't fucking.
It's the same thing.
Yep. So I'm gonna clown on all middle schoolers from here on out.
Just drive past
school kids. Y'all ain't fucking.
God, just drive past the middle school with your window rolled down. Y'all ain't fucking.
Man. Yeah. Implying I'm allowed within that many feet of a middle school.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But anyway, so
anyway,
Spot
the 7-Up game.
Cool Spot is a virgin, right?
I don't know, because on the one hand, he's super like suave and cool, so you would imagine he gets all the ladies.
He's compensating for something.
Hand,
he's compensating for the fact that he's a circle with no dick.
Yeah, do you ever see his dick in the game?
He is a red spot, so it kind of looks like a hymen. I'm just saying.
Well, that's what you say when you walk up to him. Hi, man.
John, you went there, so I blame you.
Okay. I did go there. I'm not a virgin. I did go to the hymen.
Kind of similar to last week's episode. I'm trying to pull us back on track. With
Michael talk about Jordan, the time I broke my hymen.
With Michael Jordan, Chaos in the Windy City, like this game gets a bad rap because people assume it's just a shitty cash-in, but actually it's a pretty fun game. Like, it's a standard platformer. You're going around, you're trying to collect other dots to rescue them. Your main attack is shooting soda bubbles, and you can shoot them in all directions. The game has got some like creative enemies. There's a level where there are mice who are like hurling cheese at you. The first level, you wind up on a beach and you're like shooting hermit crabs with soda bubbles. Like, it's a charming, fun game.
Yeah,
seems like animal.
And I specifically chose the Super Nintendo version because that soundtrack was composed by Tommy Talrico, close personal friend of the show.
Yes.
Did you
I
hear
can't
about
believe
his
we're not getting
shitty
all that money we
console?
invested in the Amico back.
Oh man.
Sorry, patrons. We've secretly been using all your money to fund the Amico, and it's not working out.
Oh man.
But yeah,
fuck
this was it's a fun game, and also like what a weird fucking mascot. Like, hey,
Yeah.
we've got our logo, it's got a red dot in it. Let's turn that dot into a human. Like,
Mhm.
what?
Weren't there other snack food tie-in games happening around this time? Like, didn't they make a Chester Cheetah game?
They made a
I
Chester
mean-
Cheetah game. They made a Yo Noid game around the
Yeah.
same time.
How's this stack up to Yo Noid? Like, was this also like Yo Noid was like a palette swap of like an actual existing like Japanese game. So they didn't do that with Cool Spot. They actually just made his own game, right?
Yes, and I have never played the Yo Noid game or the Chester Cheetah game, but I feel confident saying this is better than both.
All right. What about McDonald's Treasureland Adventure?
Yeah, or my kids.
Never
Oh
played
yeah,
it.
MC Kids. That's a good one.
Never played either of those. This is better than both of them.
Sneak King.
See, that's one that I might want to dispute. I think we should do like a head-to-head stream, Cool Spot versus McDonald Treasureland Adventure, because that game's actually pretty fun too, and it's one of the most confusing. A game where you're actually playing as Ronald McDonald, an anthropomorphized clown.
I think that's just a clown.
No, clowns aren't human, but they do have human-like characteristics. And yeah, you're like running around and blasting magic out of yourself. It's really weird to take on the role of Ronald McDonald. Is the thing. Like, there's so few things that define Ronald McDonald as a character that when you get to play as him, it's like, I guess we could do fucking anything we want with this game. He could blast magic sparkles out and fly to the moon, couldn't he? As long as we get some fucking Fry Kids in here at some point, everybody's gonna be happy.
There are certain things that define Ronald McDonald as a character.
Clown.
He's a clown. He's friendly. He gives food. He has a house.
Doesn't he have
He
a
was
house
a
for, like,
weatherman.
battered women? Is that what the Ronald McDonald house is?
No, I think it's for like sick kids.
It's for like sick
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Makes way more sense than battered women. Whose house was I thinking of?
Oh God,
the
no.
Hubbard House.
I almost made a really horrible joke, but I stopped myself.
Can you imagine that there's two different Ronald McDonald houses? One that's for sick kids, another for like fucking women on the run from their spouses. Like,
He said he still McLoved me.
yeah.
God, yeah, no, just you go to the wrong
Ronald
one.
McDonald
That would
doing
be
marriage
awkward.
counseling. Yeah.
Kid walks.
You don't
into
need
a
any
marriage
man,
counselor.
sweetheart. You're here now.
Um,
Ugh.
Go sit next to Grimace.
yeah. Yeah, cool spot. Cool spot.
David, you can't get us on track, man. I'm sorry.
Also, I think John just checked the Twitter DMs. Cool spot was a fun game.
It was.
That's all I really
And-
have to say.
Oh,
One last thing, David. Would you say that the game was cool?
I would say that, yes. I would say it was cool, and I would say it hit the spot.
Son of a
Game
bitch.
4.
That should be on the box.
right, guys. So, a review of Nintendo Power for this game concluded that Ubisoft has used shape-shifting wisely to create a clever adventure that feels like a unique experience and not like a Pokemon ripoff. All right, you guys got some answers for me?
Yes.
Sure, why not?
Let me find that hat trick button real quick. All right, so Jesse. So David said Ubisoft Pokemon ripoff, which is pretty close. Jesse drew. Is that a dick clown with a hamburger or a salad? Is he holding a salad? and
No,
also
it's
a dick?
a cream pie.
It's a pie to throw at
God
somebody.
damn it.
And then the other, he's holding a balloon.
A balloon animal dick.
Oh
Yeah,
my
balloon
god,
animal
that's
dick.
amazing.
And he's got a little squirt flower right there.
And then John said Animorphs, which is correct. This is Animorphs for the Game Boy Color, and it is basically a Pokemon ripoff. It's a RPG, and you have to build your collection of morphs that you can morph into throughout the game, similar to choosing a Pokemon for your battles.
Right. I was going to say, like, I don't recall much about Animorphs, but I don't remember it being about them catching animals. It was teenagers that turned into animals, right?
That's what I was going to say. I was like, please explain how this is a Pokemon ripoff, because in Pokemon, you collect 6 different Pokemon that you use to battle, and in Animorphs, there's 5 teenagers that turn into animals. Like,
yes.
That's very different.
So you collect morphs by fighting animals, which sounds terrible.
It does.
Because in
Mega Man, their powers.
As a quick refresher, in the books, one of the kids just had to touch one of the animals, and they would get their DNA, and then could turn into the animal. And
what if you punch their tits?
You would make physical contact and get their DNA.
But in this game, you have to actually win a fight against said animal, and you can't fight as a human. You have to turn, like, you start off with one morph, like a dog. So you got to turn to a dog and then bite the monkey or whatever you're fighting, and then once you defeat that monkey, you can turn into the monkey.
Okay, so that makes it seem a little bit better, because I thought you just started off as a human, and like human versus bear, you're not gonna win. Like, there's no way that you can morph into a bear.
But if you touch the bear and turn into the bear, that's
well, yeah. But in this game, you have to beat it in a fight, and I am not gonna beat a bear in a fight.
Right. But see, I don't know how I feel about this. So, Johnny, is there any justification given for actually attacking the animals? Like, are the animals being controlled in some way?
No, you just roll up on them and start.
Do you not actually harm any animals? I'm confused, because it sounds to me like a game in which humans are beating up animals, and then you turn into an animal, so the optics are a little better of animal versus animal, but at the same time, you're still a human in an animal body beating up animals.
No, you're 100% right.
Yeah.
Did you not read the Animorphs books?
I did not.
That's exactly what happened, except in the books, instead of fighting animals, you fought aliens.
Right. See, I thought that's what Animorphs was. I thought it was like, more like they would turn into animals to, I don't know, spy on conspiracies or something, like, like sneak around as a cat.
So
or like fly as a bird, that kind of thing.
So in
I
this
don't know what
game, you
Animorphs
do
is,
have
guys.
to like certain animals let you get past certain obstacles. Like in the first level, you got to break into the zoo, and there's a crack in the wall, and it's about the size of a snake. So you got to go find and beat up a snake, and then you can turn into the snake and go through the wall.
That I understand. That makes sense.
you do have random alien encounters. So in addition to like running into an animal, having to fight it, like you'll just randomly run into aliens, And
again, there's no justification like, hey, these aliens, they actually have also taken the form of belligerent animals. You have to just beat up animals in order to become them and fight aliens.
Well, they wouldn't be able to take the form of belligerent animals because only certain aliens could morph. There's a species of alien, I can't remember their names, but they were like blue centaurs with scorpion tails that could morph. And they were the ones that like taught the humans. The main animals were like giant hulking beasts with like snake heads.
Okay.
So
now, hold on. Here's my
question. I was
question.
super into Animorphs when I was a kid.
If you're a blue centaur with a scorpion tail, why would you want to morph?
So David's like 90% there. David's forgot one part, which is that the bad guy aliens are
they're the brain slugs.
They're brain slugs that take over things.
And there was like the most deadly. Johnny, I'm sorry for cutting you off, but like
no, guys, please bicker with each other, cut each other off, and try and get each other, wrong and game over.
The most deadly like enemy of the Animorphs was a brain slug that managed to get into the body of one of the morphing aliens. So it was a brain slug that could actually morph.
Yes, and the shape-shifting aliens are called like Andalites or something like that.
And then I think the slugs were like Yeerks or Yeeks or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeerks, Yeerks.
I'm telling you, I read like the first 15 Animorphs books.
Oh, dude.
I was super into this series.
The Scholastic Book Fair was the Animorphs Book Fair. Like Book Fair's coming, I'm coming home with more Animorphs books. Like, God.
Because there was the main character, Jake. There was a black girl whose name I can't remember, but she had a crush on Jake. There was a blonde girl. There was the Mexican guy, I think his name was Marco, and then there was Tobias, who morphed into a hawk, but he got stuck in the form of a hawk, so he was just a hawk hanging out with 4 teenagers
in the first book. So yeah, there's a rule that you cannot be morphed more than 2 hours, otherwise you're stuck as that morph forever. And so in the first book, Tobias gets stuck as a hawk wearing a Timex watch. That is burned in my memory for the rest of my life for some reason.
That, and they made, I think it was Nickelodeon. They did a live action series based off Animorphs, and God, what's his name? He played Iceman in the X-Men movies. He was Jake. He was like the main character, and it was like his first role.
What is that guy's name? Shawn Ashmore.
Shawn Ashmore, yeah.
Handsome early 2000s kid.
And I remember being pissed watching the Nickelodeon live action show because when they showed the like aliens and the Andalusians, it is not what I imagined how they looked in the books. And suddenly like I connected with everybody in the future who was really into Harry Potter watching the movies. Like, that's not what I thought was going to happen. Like, oh, that's what that feels like.
But yeah, this game is pretty bad. Because it's basically just a Pokemon ripoff. Because instead of Pokemon, you collect Morphs.
And how many morphs are there? Like
45,
151.
Can you do the morph rap?
No, there's 45 morphs. There's a few mini games, and then Ubisoft, like in a press release, announced that they're gonna have some kind of cool feature where if you could unlock features in other Ubisoft games by using your Game Boy's infrared port. And they said, like, how do you know what's going to happen? Well, it looks like you'll need 2 Game Boy Colors, and 2 copies of the game. Like, no, I'm not doing that. Nobody's doing that.
You got to tell people what the feature is. You can't just expect them to go out and find out themselves.
And then, as far as I could tell, they never implemented it.
I was going to say, what was the feature?
But then I watched a playthrough video where a guy got this, to get in the zoo, he gets a snake power up, but then as soon as he gets a snake, he gets attacked by an alien. He tries to fight the alien as the snake, and he loses. And when you lose that morph. So then he's like, shit, well, I need the snake to get in this hole. So he goes back to where the snake was. The snake is gone. He couldn't progress. Like, that was it. He was done. Like, he soft locked the game, could not make any forward progress. Just had to restart the whole thing.
Wow.
So that's particularly shitty that you can get into that scenario.
Bad design there. I like that. You don't get a game over. You're just stuck in purgatory. Weird.
It's a pretty weird game. The music I thought was very interesting. There's a lot. I liked all that pitch bendy stuff it was doing, where it's sliding between notes. I dig that a lot. I thought it was pretty.
Did
cool
you get a
music.
composer on this?
I had it pulled up. It was somebody that doesn't have a Wikipedia article linked. Randy Wilson is the composer on this.
Randy. Good music, Randy.
Yeah.
Whoever you are. Now, okay, last thing. I am now seeing that this is indeed just like fucking Pokemon. Like, there's the screen, and it's like a Pokemon battle, but Animorphs.
Yeah.
Also, the cover of this. Who's this lion woman? Like, half lion, half teenage girl. What's the story here?
I honestly don't recall. I remember all the art for all the books was somebody morphing into something,
Right, of course.
Rachel.
So,
Rachel. She was like Jake's sister. She was like the main female. She was the blonde girl that I was talking about. And I think in the books, because in the books, every character had like different morphs that they went into. And they had different like battle modes, and it was basically like vicious animals that they would go into. And I think that hers was actually a tiger instead of a lion. I remember Marco was a gorilla. Somebody was a like a bear, like a grizzly bear. But yeah, Rachel, who I think was a tiger.
Yeah, on the cover of the game, she's like half lion, half girl, and it's not a particularly good look on like either side. Like, it doesn't look like an intimidating lion or anything. Like, it doesn't look particularly cool. She's kind of making like a face, and yeah, it's just, I don't know. Doesn't really scream out like, oh, you should definitely play this high-ass game. Though my final follow-up question, could this possibly be the only game that has on the cover the words Scholastic Presents?
It might be.
This is a game presented by books?
I'm sure. No, I recall having like Arthur books on CD-ROM on my Mac back in the day. Some of those edutainment titles.
True that, but okay, but like console game, Game Boy Color.
This might be the first
like
one
a
that's not
Magic
trying to
School Bus
teach
game.
you something.
I don't
Right.
know. We'll have to go back and check Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde on NES. Maybe that was presented by Scholastic.
Yeah, I think more book publishers should probably get into shitty game making with Ubisoft. I think that should happen.
Yeah, I can't wait to play Moby Dick.
Yeah, I've just been waiting for like the Phoenix Wright style To Kill a Mockingbird for a long
Oh
time.
my god.
And
Not gonna lie, I would play the fuck out of that.
Yeah, man.
we already like everybody's read that book. You don't need to play a game of it. But now that I think about it, Atticus Finch is an anime character. Possibly him in maximum like daddy form. Like Gregory Peck already a bit of a legendary daddy.
That's Pete Daddy already.
That's like the biggest understatement I've ever heard.
What we need is Gregory Peck morphing into a bear.
Oh man. Or like an eagle with a fucking watch on.
No, bear. Those who know.
That's not a subtle point you're making, David. Man, Johnny, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What a weird pick. I'm
Yeah.
surprised to learn this even exists at all. So
Yes, in the same episode where we had first Final Fury, this is a weird pick.
yeah, no, this episode's really panning out pretty fucking weird. So it can't possibly
Not over
get
yet.
weirder for. There's no way it ends weirder than that. We have a perfectly normal game 5 coming up right now, right?
Oh, actually, I decided it's been a while since we've had a Little VGM threesome.
VGN threesome. VGN threesome. VGN threesome.
I feel like you got to do the full explanation. You got to remind people. You got to do the full spiel
God.
on
No.
how the VGM threesome came to exist.
So one day we had TL Foster on the show, and I guess there was a misunderstanding with the rules of the game, and instead of picking one game and 3 songs, he picked 3 games and 1 song each. And we were like, that was actually kind of fun. So the requests were kind of iffy this week, and I was like,
Burn.
I'll just get 3 of these out of the way, and we'll go from there. So we're gonna. I think I should do the trivia first for the. That'll be easier because then you can think about the trivia while the song is playing.
Yeah, I think
All
that's the play.
So this is Tasty's request, and for this game, originally there was a fearsome whale man in this game, and it was there to prove a point that they couldn't use water in the game. It was some weird gag, and in the alpha version of the game, this whale man is still there in like a form of a statue. All right, let's see what we got, guys. Again, this is Tasty's pick. All right, Johnny says Outrun 2006, wrong. David says Mega Man X5, wrong. John says Nuke the Whales. That's not a game. That's a Simpsons joke. Wrong. This is Overgrowth.
Let's not do that for every one of these.
Yeah, that'll take forever.
Yeah.
So
the request channel's been cleaned out. There are no hints available. That's going to be a lot of Adam's Family.
Has it already? Fuck.
yeah, I did that like 2 days ago.
No,
So,
fuck now.
Overgrowth, I've never played, but I watched some videos, and it's very interesting. You play as a like kung fu rabbit man, and basically you just like go around and I'm assuming just beat the fuck out of other rabbit people and like dog people and fox people, and it's like the anti Animal Crossing. It's got an incredible physics engine that I guess will break the game a lot too. It looked like it could be very hilarious, like punching people and people going flying in the air and stuff, and a lot of brutal kills and stuff. It's a wild looking game.
Sounds dope.
Yeah, it looks neat. But yeah, it's just like kung fu rabbits beating people up. Weird physics. That's yeah.
Yeah, it
I
sounds
haven't
Based
played
on,
it.
it's a sequel to a previous game that also was about a rabbit. Look at now. There's a game called Lugaru, the Rabbit's Foot.
I remember Lugaru. I played that. I was
Really?
Yeah, I got that in the Humble Bundle like 10 years ago. Like,
Damn,
Oh,
Johnny,
okay.
we should have
Wow.
let you pick the request. You would have gotten all up in the Lugaru.
I love
Talk
I
about
love-
that game.
whenever we talk about something that Johnny has played because he gets so excited.
Right. Yeah, he can't fake it. Like, he's either played something or he hasn't. So,
Yeah,
he
no,
can't
I
lie
remember-
about these
I
things.
remember Lugaru was like when like there were all these cool indie games coming out. Like you had, like
As
Ends
opposed to
and
what, John? He's either played it or he hasn't. What middle ground is there?
I'm lying about having played it.
Yeah.
He simply cannot disguise. Like, he can't, bullshit his way through something. Yeah. You know when he's played something. He's very, very earnest
Yeah.
when he has played something.
And yeah, I remember Lugaru being really cool with its whole fighting system. And I never really played the full Lugaru. I only played like a demo that came out that was just like, because I bought it on the Humble Bundle. I never actually played the goddamn full final version. I played like this demo of it 2 years before the final one came out. And yeah, you ran around as a rabbit beating the shit out of things. It was awesome. It was great.
it
Was there
looks
any kind of story or
captivating.
plot? I don't know. I also,
You play as a rabbit with a bow staff, which is pretty dope.
yeah, like I don't know what plot you need past that.
Yeah, nothing.
So that's interesting that they kept working on it. Came up with like a sequel. Very cool. I'm gonna have to check
Mhm.
this one out.
You should, John.
Yeah,
Go back to the world of Lugaru.
Yeah.
that's all I
Alright,
gotta say on this.
Yeah, there's not really much more to say about it. So we'll go to the next game, which is from Taylor. And this game was so popular, it had to stop selling physical and digital copies of it for a short period of time. All right, let's see some answers.
I think the trivia gave it away.
Oh man. Johnny said Lugaru. That's incorrect. David said Dragon Quest 3. That's incorrect. John says Final Fantasy 14 and Walker. That is correct.
Come to the
Oh, yeah.
radio sometime, David.
You know, I would if my company didn't block it.
That's fucked.
We
Fuck your
have a
company.
solution for that. It's called the alt radio page.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if my company actually blocks it. That's just my convenient excuse to why I don't go to it while I'm at work.
Seriously, David, you're already you. Be the you that plays fucking video game music in the office.
You're already you. Hang on. Is that accurate? We
Yeah,
might need to check that.
Yeah, I don't know how you are around the office. I don't know if you're trying to project some, authoritative, lie to everybody. But
Try to project some kind of non-virgin energy.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, we did create a Spotify playlist where everybody could contribute songs, and I did add some one-ups covers of Mario Kart and Mario Odyssey, courtesy of Mustin, close personal friend of the show.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice. Now just put on GTT radio at work. It'll be mostly Final Fantasy music. It's very agreeable. There's a lot of that music in the radio catalog because people really like this game. I assume that people like this game. Jesse, do people like Final Fantasy 14?
Yeah, I'd say a lot of people seem to like this game, considering they had to stop the sales because they were just too many damn people.
Like,
so
why would you
standard
do that?
question?
Their servers, I think, couldn't handle the influx of new users.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like literally, the game got too popular.
Standard question about Final Fantasy: is this the one with lightning?
Technically, yes, because there was a crossover event where sometimes you'll just be fighting a battle, and all of a sudden, lightning will teleport next to you and start fighting, and the music changes to the Final Fantasy 13 music. It's really kick-ass.
Okay, the fact that you said technically yes makes me think the answer is no.
But he did explain why the answer is yes.
Yeah,
so
she shows up and fights with you.
Okay.
She is from Final Fantasy 13. This is Final Fantasy 14. However, she will for some reason appear. She's like the mysterious stranger in Fallout. She just shows up to your battles sometimes.
Now the question that I care about, does Terra appear?
I'm not sure because there might be reference to her, because I know you get Magitech armor. There's a lot of other references to Final Fantasy VI. Final Fantasy 14 is basically just like, hey, let's put every fun thing from Final Fantasy in this game. And it's really, really freaking great. If you want to.
Now here's a question: do Tifa or Aerith show up in Final Fantasy 14?
Oh man, I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe they're clothes or something. I don't play as much as I wish I did.
Does Robert Pattinson show up and debate about which one of them he would rather get together with? Did you guys see? You didn't see this clip?
Okay. I was sitting there, it's like, wait, when did Batman show up in Final Fantasy?
Current Batman Robert Pattinson was doing a press tour, and he ended up somehow having to explain the love triangle between Cloud and Aerith and fucking Tifa. And his co-star, fucking Lenny Kravitz's daughter, is just sitting there like, the fuck are you talking about? And you could tell he earnestly grew up playing the game. I'm like, that's the difference between a guy that grew up in a somewhat normal upbringing and a girl that grew up with parents who were a rock star and a fucking supermodel. She was just too busy going to the mall and being popular. He was actually playing Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Good for him. Good. I get some more respect for Robert Pattinson off that clip.
He's a nerd.
I like the idea that she was looking at him like, what the fuck are you talking about? Not because she had zero context, but because she clearly had an answer. It's like, it's Tifa. Why is this a debate for you?
That would have been the better ending to the clip. it was a funny clip either way.
I'm glad they're asking him all the important questions.
Exactly. It's good that they're asking Batman the hard questions. Like, do you like Final Fantasy VII? And did you like the girls? Great job. But yeah, so I didn't know Final Fantasy had anthropomorphized characters.
I
Well-
mean, technically the Moogles.
I mean, like,
True.
there's also like the enemy, like a cactuar is a basically walking around cactus that has a face. And
See, that's the problem. I made that statement while only thinking about playable characters. I did not consider all the enemies that are bizarre.
However,
so there's a walking silly cactus. I'm into it.
there are cat people. You can play as cat people, and in this latest expansion, they added the ability to make bunny people, like the
the Viera.
like from Final Fantasy 12.
Yeah.
I was
That's
about to
pretty
say,
cool.
it's like, wait, did Final Fantasy 14 introduce something from Final Fantasy 12?
Yes,
Good.
Like,
Because man,
wait.
you want to talk about
what?
they reference
things I find sexy
so
bunny
much.
lady from Final Fantasy 12. Yes.
Well, there's a difference between reference and introduce. So,
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
So you can just make your own bunny man in this.
Yeah, or bunny girl,
Good.
bunny man,
Oh, yeah,
bunny
sorry.
girl.
You know,
There's
the
lion
bunny
people
Final Fantasy
too
person.
now, and there's little rabbit people too. You could be a little rabbit. So all
Sweet.
our forms of rabbits are being entertained in this game.
Is there a word for a baby bunny or rabbit?
Bun bun.
Honestly, just think about it, like like cub or puppy or kitten. What's the word for a small rabbit?
I'm looking it up now. Let's see here. Term for
Kittens.
baby.
baby
Kitten?
rabbits are actually referred to as kittens. Sometimes
that's-
referred to as kits or kitties, but the proper name is kitten.
That
That's
seems like it's bound to
weird.
cause confusion. So
They need to fix that.
yeah, so one of these character classes is going to need to fight its way, like fight the other one out of the game. It's there could be cat people or rabbit people, and they're going to fight over what their kids can be called.
man.
Kittens.
Oh, my character was a cat boy, so I guess I'm pro cat.
I don't know about that, Jesse. See, like I'm typically pro cat, but now these sexy rabbit people are showing up. I might go with the things that make me, I don't know, horny. So, yeah. Now, if you had said you were a cat woman, then like top tier Batman level horny, and therefore
You can be a
would
cat
win.
woman.
See,
I don't
Yeah.
know, John.
I'm in.
I think that alligator titty punching game really messed you up. Like, I can't look at an animal character if they're not making me horny.
yeah, pretty much. I'm going to be looking at a lot of animal characters from here on out, guys.
You should watch
Whew.
Zootopia after this.
Brother, if you think I haven't watched Zootopia,
Well, no,
Guys,
watch it again with a
I-
fresh new.
I fall asleep to Zootopia every night.
Or
because it's right there in my spank bank.
you can start watching that uncomfortable anime Beastars with the wolf and the rabbit, and like the rabbit wants to give the wolf a blowjob, and he's all like, "No, I'm so embarrassed."
How
What?
Are you,
relatable.
are you
That's a
sure
real
you're
anime.
not just talking about my Zootopia fan fiction?
No, it's it's an anime on Netflix. Beastars,
It's
I'll
on
watch it.
Netflix.
go for it.
Jeez. Anyway, yeah, I'll decide later what kind of sexy kitten I'm gonna be, but we should probably wrap up this fucking
Yep.
gym threesome.
All right, we got another one. This one is from the Link Floyd. All right, this game was primarily inspired by the Crystal Method song "Trip Like I Do." All right, let's see what you got. That comic dude. Johnny says, Sega Arcade. No. David says triplet. No. And John said Final Fantasy 14 and Walker. No. This
Jesse,
is,
I like how you said David says trip like a no.
This is American McGee's Alice.
Oh, it is.
Oh.
And first off, who is American McGee?
Very good question.
I've always wondered that. I guess he's some like game guy who used to work for id Software or something.
From what I understand, just based on the small little things that I've gathered, he's like Tim Burton in that he's done a handful of projects and they all just take cute, happy things and make them weird and twisted. Like Alice in Wonderland, but on more drugs.
Yeah.
I just remember
this is
games
very
being
Tim Burton-y.
advertised in the early 2000s as like American McGee's Grimm and American McGee's Alice, and thinking like, who the fuck puts their name on a game? And then I was like, oh,
George
that's probably
Romero.
it's just some dumb, made up name, like just like some fucking made up thing they're presenting it as. No, apparently there really is a man named American McGee. I found his Wikipedia page, and that's his name. That's really an unfortunate name. I feel bad for the guy. Can you
Yeah.
imagine your first name being American?
I was always born an American.
Like, especially living in America?
Yeah.
I just assumed that was a name he gave himself later in life. Like, no, that's what his parents named him. He was born American.
Yeah. Born American McGee. Like, I don't like to, laugh at people's names. I'm not laughing at the name. It just feels like a fucking unfortunate name. Like, and McGee is a last name. Like, I don't know.
That's the most like
It sounds made up.
Well, it's
that's
like
the most like game show presenter name imaginable.
Right, but like a parody of a game show presenter from like a fucking like a movie from the early 90s. Like, I'm American McGee, and this is, all you can eat, the game show. Like,
Yeah, no, American McGee is definitely the name of like a side character in an Adam Sandler film.
right.
so
Specifically one where Adam Sandler is playing a character from another country.
Oh, yeah.
It-
Yeah. American McGee was definitely in Zohan.
it's weird because around this time, a lot of these video game people were putting their names on games, like the John Romero Daikatana or
Right.
Sid Meier's still does it.
Pirates,
God,
yeah.
Daikatana.
Yeah, Tyler Perry does it all the time.
What fucking video game has Tyler Perry made, John?
I'm stupid.
No. We're not moving on to the next segment.
We're not,
John.
we're not doing one until
what
you improvise a
video
Tyler Perry game.
Has Tyler Perry put his name on?
Yeah, Tyler Perry's Medea's Family Christmas, the game. I don't know. I got
Sure.
nothing. I should have thought that through before I said it.
You
all right, Johnny.
really should have.
We don't usually hold your feet to the fire, but yeah.
Today.
If you're going to invoke Tyler Perry on this show, man, you got to be prepared to fucking back it up, baby.
I don't have
Uh,
many nerves, but when you hit one of them, I'm gonna fucking call you out.
Of course,
And Tyler Perry is one of them.
Of course, Taylor in the chat comes up with the best answer. Tyler Perry's American McGee's Alice.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
damn
way
it.
better than yours.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Ah.
But yeah, so this is a PC. I mean, are these like point and click games? These American McGee's
No,
or something?
it's like
or?
a weird like 3D. Like they wanted to make a Quake type game, but in third person and without all like the science fiction stuff. So they're
Right.
like, well, what if we just did Quake, but it's Alice in Wonderland? And so
Hmm.
you've got like the crazy looking rabbit, the Cheshire cat looks crazy. You've got the Mad Hatter, obviously looks ridiculous. Like it's
So are
all
you-
like this twisted dark world.
Are you telling me that Alice Little gets a railgun?
That'd be pretty
Um,
dope.
I don't think she. No, she has like a knife and stuff. Like she's stabbing a lot of people with like a butcher knife. It's fucked up.
Cool. Yeah, just seems like these are very of a time, and they were trying to just like kind of laser target the hot topic crowd. Like, let's just take Alice in Wonderland and make it a little more twisted. It's,
That Crystal Method song was awesome. Let's make it
exactly, yeah. And I still miss how that. I mean, I guess Alice in Wonderland is a trippy story, so it's a Crystal Method song. I just can't see there being much of a connection between the two.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, Alice in Wonderland is more of a shroom story. You just kind of like go from place to place and trip out. Like, it's not a crystal meth type story.
Right. Yeah.
Well, the band is different than the drug, I think.
That's true. Yeah, David, are you talking about the drug, the Crystal Method, or are you talking about the band, the Crystal Method?
For legal purposes, the band.
Cool.
God, what a blunder that was. That time you meant to just listen to Crystal Method.
Yeah, I meant to listen to the name of the game, but instead I got high on Crystal Method.
So you got some Crystal Method? Oh, yeah.
Want to watch that music video where the guy just has a big nose for a face, but instead I smoked a bunch of meth.
So I
terrible mistake I made in 11th grade.
Now, are we going to watch the Crystal Method video now that after I smoked that stuff? No, the stuff was the Crystal Method. What?
Whoa, what David, oh man. People need to know. We got to start that side fucking podcast where David explains all his crazy drug use stories from high school.
Like, boop, 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 boop. Yeah, Mom, it happened again. I need you to come pick me up.
I'm out in the middle of the marsh. I'm in trouble.
I thought I was going to be listening to music, and now my teeth hurt.
I was going to
David,
go
you can't go over to John Harrington's house ever again. This keeps
I was going to go on a different tangent, but this is much more entertaining.
Yeah. So yeah, David, has many hardcore meth use stories. Mostly mistakes or accidents.
Are there any meth use stories that aren't mistakes?
I'm sure there's a few. I'm sure that some people have good stories of it. I mean, why would so many people keep using it if it didn't do some good?
Yeah, it must be fun.
Also,
yeah, exactly.
please make one of the episode tags meth use stories.
I mean, David, you've got a ton of them, man. That's the new Patreon exclusive coming from David.
Yeah.
SEO, here we come.
Yeah, is that, David the Method Man.
Is that? I thought the name of the Patreon exclusive was "Coming for David."
Yeah. I mean, that's
no. That's our OnlyFans tier, not our Patreon tier.
God, just you guys, it's gonna be great, guys. So, cool. Anyway, American McGee, real person. Alice, less real. David's meth use, all too real.
David's meth use, debatable.
Yeah.
You know what else is real?
Then. Oh, what?
A lightning round.
Oh, I was going to say my favorite.
Lightning round!
I don't know, David. I've seen a lightning round.
All right. For 10 points.
10 points.
What? This is for everybody. Everybody write down your answer.
Oh, shit.
And then you're going to show them. All right. Besides the theme, what other thing ties all three of these games together?
Fuck, I wasn't paying attention.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Got it.
Do 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 do. Boom boom.
Actually, I was joking, but I'm confident I have the correct answer.
All right, let's see. Oh, David said Jesse picked them. That's kind of right, but that's obviously not right. And Johnny and John have the right answers. Rabbits, although the Johnnies were a little sexier.
Yeah, Johnny, he editorialized a little bit.
I'm sorry, Jesse, who else picked the games for the fan requests?
Well, technically, behind the scenes, John helped me, so you didn't put Jesse
Fuck!
and
No, I
John.
didn't. Kayfabe, baby, I didn't do anything here. This is all surprises. But yeah, a lot of rabbits in this week's requests. Good picks. A lot of real sexy characters here. Been a good night for that. I guess we can't be surprised that anthropomorphic characters turned into a real sexy episode. I would
We're
say
all
like, oh, that
furries.
surprises me. No, we were all
Yif.
going straight to the titties.
Yif.
I literally picked a game starring a fucking dot.
Yeah,
A sexy dot.
great,
A
real
cool
sexy
dot.
dot, man.
Yeah.
You said it yourself. He's cool. He's suave. He's sexy.
Yeah.
That dot fucks. You just can't escape it, man. It's that animal magnetism of Cool Spot. Anyway, Johnny, it's official. It's time for the calculating computer.
Calculating computer activated. Computers. Beeps. Boops. Scoring complete. This game's winner is John Harrington.
Hell yeah. It sure is.
Good job.
I would act surprised, but Jesse spilled the beans that I helped him with the lightning round and the fan request. So, wowee.
Nobody
I
wants
cannot.
to fuck rabbits more than John Harrington.
Hey, yeah. It's. I was hoping this episode didn't awaken anything in me, and here we are, wide awake. So
I love when I can catch John unaware by something, because that's when we hear the hey, yeah,
calling out my fucking activities on the show a little bit too much tonight, David. I'm not a fan of it. Yeah. But no, honestly, this win did catch me off guard because I don't know. I hadn't planned on winning. I figured David was the horny animal guy amongst the group, so I figured he was going to win.
I mean, that's
but I have to come up with a theme on, basically on the fly. And we've been talking about. No, see, I don't know. I don't want to do that because I was going to say, my last theme I did was cities. I don't want to do another location-based theme. So, trying to
instead
think
of cities, titties.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I got titties on the brain, but then I'm thinking cities, and then I'm thinking things that tie into like the next episode number, that kind of thing. Next episode's 281. That's the fucking area code for Houston. Maybe Texas games. Maybe fucking America games.
Costa Rican games.
Games with oil.
Games that take place in an area code. No. I don't feel like doing any of that. So, I kind of feel like we should just kind of keep the horny momentum going and just do sexy games next week.
Sexy games, okay.
Yeah. As sexy as you want to be. We can do a 2 Live Crew style, baby. As nasty as we want to be. We can I'm not declaring it like next week fucking, adult games, but they're not off limits. I'd say guys, let's get sexy.
John,
cool.
We always do the show after dark anyway. So
yeah.
John,
is it going to be a shirtless show?
Oh, absolutely. Starting now.
John, I'm 100% behind you, and I realize I'm saying this while you have your headphones off, but isn't every episode with us sexy games?
Yes. So you're gonna have to really think hard on this one, David. It's gonna be good. Johnny, you good on sexy?
Yeah, I'm good on sexy.
Good.
Hold on, I gotta take my headphones off for a second here.
Nah, I mean it's okay. Nobody wants to see it.
I mean, if you're
Nobody's
gonna do
asking
it, you gotta have the flair to it. Come on, guys.
Please.
We're a live show. Present to your audience. Come on.
Mm-hmm. So there you have it, fellas. Next week, even sexier than this week. and this week featured literally punching titties. So, step your games up. Let's let's get sexy. There it goes. Ooh, David. It's a hell of a set of nips you got there, pal.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. What a show it's going to be. Sexy games. Get your requests in, you fucking horn dogs. Sorry that you already requested Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker, all you rabbit-loving guys.
Leave sexy voicemails.
Yes.
Oh,
please
yes.
do.
Please do.
Your best
Get up all up
Penthouse
in those
Diaries.
fucking voicemails. Yeah. God. God,
My
we should do
car
next week
broke
for
down.
in a taxi cab. Do some confessions.
GTT bus.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. Fake Game That Tune taxi. So, yeah, we're going to head down to Miami. We're going to hop in the van and drive around, listen to some video game music. It's going to be good. But implying that's
strangers'
sexy.
money. Strangers.
So, what a show it's going to be, and what a show it's been this week. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thanks to everybody watching live with us. We're live every Wednesday night. We're on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Search for Game That Tune. Thanks to everybody checking us out in podcast form. We appreciate you guys listening there. We're at Patreon, or we're at GameThatTune.com, or anywhere you get your podcasts. We appreciate you listening in podcast form. We love everybody checking out Patreon. It's the home for our awesome exclusives. We've got Covered Up, mixtapes, Game That Tune gems. We just did another fantastic movie night with Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Anybody that subscribes at Patreon gets VIP access to the movie nights, and we love you guys hanging out with us for that. And we love you guys supporting the 24/7 video game music live stream at twitch.tv/GTT radio. So much going on at Patreon, and we appreciate you guys supporting us. Special shout out to our Patreon absurd fans: Alex Messenger, Lance Revere, Damian Beckles, Bradford Stevens, Daniel Perky, Taylor Y, Sam L, Mork, Tasty, Grimmery, Phoenix Tier 2121, Unsaddled Zebra, and Akadar. A fantastic group of patrons that we have there. Jesse, you took all three requests this week. Thank those requesters again.
It was Tasty, Taylor, and the Link Floyd in our Patreon.
Mm-hmm. Great group of fucking fans we got there. Thank you for those requests. Make your requests in our Discord server. That's the best way to do it. Or you can hit us up via email or find us on Twitter at GameThatTune. And we've always been promoting our Twitter handles here, and Twitter fucking sucks. So I'm just going to say, seriously, check the show notes for the Discord link. Come hang out with us in Discord. It's a much better place to hang out with us and fucking interact than Twitter is. So we're not going to be promoting Twitter handles on the show anymore. Come join us in Discord. We would love to see you. And we're going to go out tonight with my bonus tunes. I've been feeling sexy, and like I said, my VGM experiences led me to get real sexy with some cool ass fucking Sega music from the 90s. Nothing puts me in a more sexy mood than Stardust Speedway. And I'm thinking it's going to be a good future in Japan. Stardust Speedway, G-Mix, JP, my bonus tunes this week. We love you guys. Peace out, everybody. Mm, mm, mm. Taiko no Tatsujin Taiko Drum Master is copyright 2022 Namco Bandai Games. The First Funky Fighter is copyright 1993 Taito Corporation. Cool Spot is copyright 1993 Virgin Interactive Entertainment. Animorphs is copyright 2000 Scholastic Publishing and Ubisoft. Overgrowth is copyright 2017 Wolfire Games. Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker is copyright 2021 Square Enix. American McGee's Alice is copyright 2000 Rogue Entertainment and Electronic Arts.